What's up, Lamborghini fans? Today I'm going to be fixing some broken plastic tabs on this Lamborghini Gallardo rear bumper. Now this is a very common problem on the Lamborghini Gallardo from the 04s all the way up through the 2014s. They all have this inner plastic frame right here. This is what supports the bumper cover itself. I don't know what it is about heat, time, just age, I don't know. This material gets kind of brittle and like this tab right here just broke right off. I'm going to be fixing this today using Plastifix from Polyvance. This is a powder and solvent solution. You kind of make new plastic and you grind away, get a nice clean surface, and then make new plastic. I'm actually going to be forming entire tabs using the Plastifix. So we'll see how it goes. I think this will be a good solution for a very common problem on the Lamborghini Gallardo. Let's go ahead and get started. Here's the Plastifix. There's a bottle of solvent. They call this liquid monomer. And then this is the powder. I have black. It'll match the black plastic. Essentially, there's a few different ways, but you can use the needle and dropper and actually put little segments of the Plastifix in, or you can apply the powder and then drop the fluid onto the powder if you're gonna reinforce it. Some of this I might actually reinforce with carbon fiber. It just kind of depends on the situation. Like in this case, I have the whole tab. When I'm forming new tabs, I might use a little carbon fiber for reinforcement. So I will show you as I work. I'll show you close-ups of each tab that I fix, or at least a few of them. It might be a bit repetitive because I have so many broken tabs. So this broken tab right here, I've got it taped in place with some foil tape. And what I'm gonna do first is take a carbide. This is just like a spherical burr. And I'm gonna go in and go ahead and rough up, kind of make a groove where each of the cracks are. So I'll go down through here, make a groove there, and that's where the Plastifix is gonna go. Here you can see, I ground away all this. Not trying to make it look pretty, I want it to be functional. So I ground away, not just along the crack there, but also around the actual crack. I want the Polyfix to form a nice layer and have something to grab onto. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up with a little isopropyl, and then I will put the Polyfix on. You can see the powder there. It's very reflective. It's actually not that gray. It's black looking, but because of the camera light, it's kind of reflecting looking gray. I've just poured it on, and I'm gonna use a little dropper and actually drop the solvent on. I'll show you guys. Here's our stuff. This stuff reeks. So just put a few little drops on. Just want to make sure all that powder is saturated. And then we let it cure. The actual cure time on this, it will be hardened in, they say like 15 minutes. I always give it more time than that. And really, I'm not going to take this tape off for about 24 hours. So I'm going to let it cure 100% before I pull the tape off and do the other side. I'm letting things kind of cure right now. I've got this tab reattached. I fixed a crack over here, fixed some cracking right over here. The next thing I'm gonna do is, if you look over here, this tab's completely missing, and there's actually this flat right here, there should be a hole there, and that is for the rear grille to attach. All completely broken off. So I'm gonna take this tab, take the mold bar, press it up against the back here, and then get the contours of this, and then I'll transfer that right over to here. First I'll mold the tab, then I'll mold this flat piece right here. I've got the mold bar here. Got it in my French press. Put some boiling water in here, actually microwaved it. So let's see how this thing works. I'm gonna set this down. It is hot. So I really just want this. Hot. I suspect this will shrink just a little bit. Here's the mold. Hopefully you can see that all right. Came out pretty nice. And that just fits right up there. I'm gonna tape it in place and we will fill it. I wanted to show you what I'm doing with this. I'm chopping up some carbon fiber. Just loosely chopping it and getting some of the chunks in there, and then I'm gonna put some powder on that and put a little bit more carbon fiber and then saturate everything with fluid. Now, in the instructions for the Polyvance Plastifix, it does state you can do reinforcement like this, so you actually saturate, you cover the fiber in the powder and then you saturate it with the fluid. So here it is after saturating. Now I did use the drop and poke method with this little needle. Basically you just drip a drop into this little container powder and then you poke the drop and that will get you like a little spear of the powder and then you drop it in place. I did a little bit of that. Here it is. I'll pick it back up when this is cured. It's been 24 hours and pulled the mold bars off. They come off pretty easily. And I gotta say, I'm shaking the whole bumper by the tab right now. I can pick it up if I wanted to. This stuff is pretty incredible. I'm really happy with it. On the other tab that I molded over here, same story, just kind of pulled off. Now I'm gonna flip this over and actually do the other side. Kind of hard to see that there, but. Once again, very strong. I could pick the bumper up by the tab pretty easily, I think, but it would kind of fall off my stands here. Very, very happy with this stuff. It bonds very well to this material. I've got the mold bar that I used actually on this tab over here. I'm just moving it right over here and it fits in place wonderfully. Now these, I bought these on Amazon. I think it was like, I don't know, maybe 10 bucks, but a bunch more mold bars. The Plastifix comes with a single mold bar that is about the size of 2 of these. Pull them out of here. So it comes with one mold bar that's about that big. This I think was like a 10 pack or something like that. So same thing, just clear versus blue. I got another piece of the mold block under here. So it's kind of like this one over here. It should be just a flat across. That actually is for the grill, one of the rear grills. I'm gonna let this cure and then I'll make the flat over here. This side, this one cured overnight. I did that yesterday and now I'm molding the flat part. So no reinforcement here, just the Plastifix, nice and straight across. What I'm gonna do next is mold this tab right here. I'm gonna do that, see how the Plastifix works on the actual urethane bumper cover. Here's Shop Dog, Toggins. What's up, buddy? Got the mold here. I ended up molding this tab. The other one's kind of crooked from heat, I guess. Everything mounts up fine, but figured I'd mold a straighter tab. Now, I am reinforcing this one. This is gonna be stronger than the OEM. You can see I got carbon fiber kind of chopped up and I have a piece that runs, down along the side there. So really that's where the string's gonna come from. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this, get some Plastifix in there and let it cure. For this crack right here, I'm gonna use the needle and dropper method. I'll kind of show you how I do that. You get the hang of it after a little bit. This is already cleaned, prepped. I use the Dremel. So basically what you do, you just take the dropper. I don't know if you can see that, but you drop a few drops and you poke it and there's your material. And then you squeeze again and then it goes into place like that. And I'm just gonna work this. I'll do a lot of drops. I've got all the mold bars pulled off here. It's been overnight. Everything, all the tabs are repaired now. And what I'm gonna do next is actually clean this all up. So I'm gonna get the Dremel out and just sand everything smooth, get these looking like the original tabs. I have more material in place than I really need. So I'm gonna just kind of clean these up. I'll drill the holes back out and I will show you what they look like once they are back to the right shape again. Here's a little progress. I made, just starting to sand things down. So like this tab, completely new. starting to get it smooth. This one over here, just about done. I still gotta drill the hole out, but it's really looking good. This stuff is just awesome. You can make, like this tab right here has turned out really well. Yeah, I mean, there was no tab here before, and molded it, completely made a new tab. So very cool stuff. Very, very happy with this. I'll just keep showing you some progress as I work. Here's the final product on the back side of the bumper. I've cleaned them all up. These were cracked. I just fixed cracks. This is a new tab right here. You can see all this new material. You can see a little bit of the carbon fiber reinforcement. This whole piece is new. Moving along, these two were fine. This one, mostly all new. All of this is new. All of this is new. And then over here, all of this is new. About 3/4 of this one is new. You can kind of see this is all new material right here. And then this entire thing is new over here. So this whole tab and this section right here. Oh, and this tab up here. This whole thing is new as well. So there it is. I will show you once it's all installed as well with the hardware and everything, kind of what it looks like. I painted the front side of these tabs. Now the back side I just left unpainted, but they look pretty darn good. Here's the bumper all mounted up. Got the hardware on. I haven't put the grills on yet, but everything went back together nicely. So got my tabs back, and the bumper is way more secure on the vehicle now, so it turned out really, really well. I gotta say the Plastifix is pretty easy to work with, and this is a great use for it. So if you have any questions about how to use it, or any questions about the inner bumper skeleton or anything, let me know. Just post them up in the comment section. Thanks for watching, guys.